Imagine standing at your desk, your finger hovering over a keyboard, unknowingly holding the power to vaporize $250 million in mere seconds. Not through complex hacking, not through elaborate fraud, but through something as mundane as misplacing a single digit. This isn't a hypothetical nightmare. It's the pulse-quickening reality that unfolded in the gleaming towers of Tokyo's financial district. December 8, 2005, started like any other day at Mizuho Securities, one of Japan's largest investment banks. The trading floor hummed with the usual symphony of clicking keyboards and murmured conversations. Market monitors painted the walls with their ever-changing digital tapestry of numbers and charts. But beneath this facade of normalcy, a perfect storm was brewing. What makes this story particularly unsettling isn't just the magnitude of the financial disaster that was about to unfold, it's the timing. Just 1 month earlier, the Tokyo Stock Exchange had experienced its worst system crash in history. The digital infrastructure that handled billions in daily trades had shown its first crack, yet nobody connected the dots. Nobody saw the warning signs of what was about to become one of the most expensive typos in financial history. The catalyst came during JCOMCO's initial public offering, a trade that should have been routine. Selling one share at 610,000 yen instead became a digital tsunami when the numbers were reversed. 610,000 shares at 1 yen each. But here's where the story takes its first dark turn. This wasn't just a simple mistake that could be quickly corrected. The number of shares in the order exceeded the company's entire existence by 41 times. Yet the system, in its algorithmic wisdom, saw no reason to flag this impossible transaction. Think about that for a moment. A computer system designed by some of the brightest minds in financial technology, programmed to handle billions in daily trades, couldn't recognize that it was being asked to sell something that couldn't possibly exist. It's as if you tried to withdraw more money than has ever been printed, and your ATM happily complied. The horror of what was unfolding became apparent in the next 90 seconds. As traders watched their screens in disbelief, Mizuho's representatives frantically attempted to cancel the trade, not once, but 4 separate times. Each attempt met the same cold digital wall of rejection. The Tokyo Stock Exchange's system, programmed with an inflexible logic, continued processing buy orders while refusing to acknowledge the cancellation requests. In those moments, the true vulnerability of our digital financial infrastructure revealed itself in the most devastating way possible. The market's response was immediate and brutal. As news of the impossible trade spread across trading floors, the Nikkei 225 stock average plunged 1.95% in a matter of minutes. The reverberations weren't contained to just one stock or one bank. They rippled through the entire Japanese financial sector. Trading algorithms designed to react to market anomalies began triggering automatic sell orders across the board, creating a cascade effect that threatened to destabilize the entire market. What makes this incident particularly chilling is the perfect storm of failures that had to align. The trading system didn't just fail to catch one error. It failed at multiple critical checkpoints. It didn't question an order for more shares than existed. It didn't flag the dramatic price discrepancy. It didn't respond to multiple cancellation attempts. Each of these should have been an independent safeguard, yet they all failed simultaneously, raising disturbing questions about the true stability of our financial systems. As the chaos unfolded, an unexpected player emerged from the shadows. Morgan Stanley, one of the world's largest investment banks, began aggressively acquiring JCOM shares, eventually accumulating a 31.2% stake in the company. The timing and precision of their response raised eyebrows among market observers. How did they position themselves so perfectly to capitalize on this disaster? The answer lies in the sophisticated trading algorithms that now dominate our markets. Programs designed to detect and exploit precisely these kinds of anomalies. The financial bloodbath continued throughout the trading day. JCOM shares, which should have been trading at their IPO price, swung wildly as various institutional players tried to either minimize their exposure or capitalize on the chaos. By the time the dust settled, The final share settlement price stood at 912,000 yen per share, a far cry from both the intended 610,000 yen and the erroneous 1 yen. The difference would come directly from Mizuho's bottom line. The most unsettling aspect of this financial disaster wasn't just the immediate chaos. It was the revelation of a deeper, more systemic vulnerability. Just 1 month before the JCOM incident, the Tokyo Stock Exchange had experienced its worst system crash in history, forcing a half-day trading suspension after a software patch was incorrectly applied. Fujitsu, the system vendor, had taken responsibility for that failure, but nobody connected these dots until it was too late. The investigation that followed the JCOM incident revealed something even more disturbing. The TSE's admission of a system irregularity wasn't just about a simple computer glitch. It exposed fundamental flaws in the very infrastructure that global finance relies upon. The exchange's electronic trading system had failed at multiple critical checkpoints, each designed to prevent exactly this type of catastrophe. When questioned, the TSE admitted that their system suffered from defects that made it impossible to process cancellation orders while handling buy orders simultaneously. This technical limitation transformed what should have been a simple clerical error into a financial nightmare. Think about the implications. In our modern financial world, where trillions of dollars flow through digital channels daily, a system's inability to handle basic error correction could potentially trigger a market-wide collapse. The JCOM incident wasn't just about one bank's loss, it was a warning shot across the bow of global financial markets. The aftermath triggered a cascade of revelations about the fragility of financial technology systems. The Japanese Financial Services Agency's investigation uncovered that the TSE's trading platform lacked basic safeguards common in other major exchanges. More troubling still, the subsequent legal battle between Mizuho and the TSE revealed that similar vulnerabilities might exist in other markets worldwide. When Mizuho filed their lawsuit seeking compensation for the 40.7 billion yen loss, it forced the exchange to publicly acknowledge these system defects in court. The pressure became so intense that TSE President Takuo Tsurushima had no choice but to resign. But his resignation raised more questions than it answered. How many other exchanges were running on similarly vulnerable systems? What other hidden technical limitations were lurking in the global financial infrastructure? The fact that it took a catastrophic loss to expose these vulnerabilities suggests that we might only discover other system flaws after they've already caused significant damage. The ripples of the JCOM incident continue to haunt the global financial markets to this day. While the immediate financial wounds have long since healed, the incident exposed a terrifying truth about our modern financial infrastructure. We've built a system so complex, so interconnected, that we may not fully understand its failure points until they catastrophically reveal themselves. In the years following the incident, financial institutions worldwide began quietly conducting internal audits of their trading systems. What they discovered was unsettling. Many were running on platforms with similar architectural vulnerabilities. The ability to process impossible trades, the lack of real-time verification systems, and the inability to quickly cancel erroneous transactions weren't unique to the TSE. These were systemic issues built into the very foundation of electronic trading. The regulatory response was swift, but perhaps insufficient. Japan's Financial Services Agency mandated new safety measures, requiring exchanges to implement multiple verification layers for large trades. But here's the troubling part. These regulations only address the specific type of error that occurred at Mizuho. They didn't tackle the broader issue of system vulnerability in an increasingly automated trading world. Consider this. Today's financial markets process millions of trades per second, with algorithms making split-second decisions based on complex mathematical models. The speed of modern trading has far outpaced human ability to intervene when things go wrong. We've created a system where errors can cascade through global markets faster than any human can react. Yet we're still relying on the same fundamental architecture that failed so spectacularly in 2005. The most chilling aspect of this story isn't what happened. It's what could happen next. As trading systems become more complex and interconnected, the potential for a single error to trigger a global financial cascade has only increased. The JCOM incident wasn't just a costly mistake, it was a warning about the fragility of our digital financial infrastructure. A warning that some might argue we haven't fully heeded.